Let's be honest, the final text of COP27 is lacking substance. However, we shouldn't discount the historic additions and new language that could push us in the right direction in 2023 and beyond. To go over some of the highlights, I'm speaking with Cassie Flynn, a strategic advisor on climate change who has supported COP negotiations since 2007. Now, the first highlight is that a loss and damage fund was established, which would help climate vulnerable countries recover from natural disasters. However, a lot of the details are very murky.
The creation of this fund was a historic landmark, but it leaves a lot of questions on the table. Who contributes to this fund? Who can access the fund? How much funds will be in it? But the next step is to design it. And so they have asked for a committee of 24 people to get together over the course of 2023 to hash out some of these big issues. The idea that we should transform the global financial system, that we need to reform the multilateral development banks, these international financial institutions, is something that is very much in that big political outcome of this COP.
The second highlight would be keeping global temperature rise below 1.5 degrees Celsius, which is great. However, a lot of countries are falling short on their contributions.
The Secretary General has called 1.5 on life support, and that was even at COP26 in Glasgow, and I think it really continues to be on life support. We have to act faster. Things have to be bigger, bolder. So countries are all meant to submit their next nationally determined contribution in a couple of years. But in between now and then, there's meant to be something called the Global Stock Take. This will give us an idea of, when you add up all of these efforts on climate, what is the collective impact? What do we do about things like fossil fuel subsidies? These big sticky issues will all be on the table as this global stock take unfolds next year.
And the third highlight is that fossil fuels are still only mentioned in terms of limiting and not eliminating.
As people left Sharm el-Sheikh, it was clear that this mitigation work program didn't quite have the details or wasn't quite at the scale that it needed to be, but it did open the door for further discussions on these issues. Something that's so important about this is having what's called a just transition. And as countries are making these big choices, being able to think about what justice looks like and how you ensure that people are at the center of these discussions and that we care for everyone in society and we leave no one behind. This will be a key issue as we look toward COP28 next year and beyond.
There were also some bright spots in the final text that Cassie refers to as diamonds in the rough.
While the outcome wasn't as ambitious as we needed it to be, there are these diamonds that are helping us to take significant steps forward. One of them is on agriculture. There's now a 4-year work program on agriculture that can help countries really tackle climate and food systems in an entirely new way. And likewise, we have references to rivers, to land, to forests in a way that we haven't seen before, that opens the door to new conversations.
All in all, we could say that there were some wins and some losses when it comes to climate policy in 2022. But this final text could be used as a pathway or a springboard, if we will, for better negotiations, better talks, more inclusion when it comes to 2023 and beyond. But as Cassie said, we need to make sure that at the heart of all this climate talk, there is a just transition, so people's livelihoods are not put at risk and we could have a healthy, thriving planet.